Hey everybody, Brandon Swarm here with a pretty serious announcement, everybody. We have just discovered a new corona hole that is coming in from the west side of the sun right there at this moment at time, and according to the Space Weather Prediction Center, this is a mercury corona hole that releases negative ions. That means that naked sugar southward this whole time once this corona hole hit the geophysical position over the next few over the next 7 days or so once it gets here. But we just got a corona hole coming in from the far side of the sun, which is just the schedule just to be in the sun equator. Now the equator is this is the most likely part where the Earth is. So when there's a corona hole sweeping by, of course it has to be here due to the spiraling of this solar wind, because it has to spiral. So we don't get hit when it gets to here. We get hit when it gets to here due to it like spiraling. So here is the video of the 211 extra views of the sun, and you can see at the bottom here, this is a positive corona hole, which means this is actually on its ninth rotation right now. It has rotated this 8 times, and now nighttime already. And the good news is this is weakening just to the south. That means it's missing us just to the south here. So that is definitely some great news here as it relates to space weather. But look at what we got coming. Watch this section right here. You see those black marks coming in from this side of the sun facing towards Earth? Yeah, you can see it getting bigger. That will be a big problem because this is actually a huge corona hole. Doesn't seem big because it's on the edge of the sun, but look at this. We may got more corona holes coming because you can see some dots over there, which indicate there is some probability of some more corona hole right there behind this. Of course, you couldn't see it well because the sun edge angle is blocking it, but you're just able to see this over the next few days as it rotates. But look at this. This is a naked corona hole, and so is this one. So it should release most of the southward component, which may result in the connection to the Earth and a geoetic storm as well. Now the geoetic storm connects from G1 to G5 when it reaches KP index 5, but to G1, 6 G2, 7 G3, 8 G4, and 9 is G5, which is the highest. And the corona hole is just a opening of the magnetic field in the outer part of the sun, which is called the corona, and it erupts mostly low dense high solar wind speed. And in front of that is a plow thing, like I call this a snow plow, which means that when the plow hits Earth, this is when we get most magnetic field, most plasma, most density, and a lot more. And this is where most of the geoetic storms should take place. But since this is a naked corona hole, the should go southward, which means more connected to anything in terms of severe weather and earthquakes. Now the only difference about this here is that this should be more connected to Earth because it's on the Sun-Earth equator plane, as this one misses us just to the south of the Earth. However, there is a more corona hole right there, which is just rotated off of the sun, which is what we just got not too long ago. So let's look at the solar wind diameters here, just to get a better sense. So here's take a look at the solar wind diameters from the satellite, which is located basically just 1 hour, which means it gets us like a 1 hour heads up about what's coming. This is the satellite that orbits all the time with Earth, and one of the farthest orbiting methods ever. Always stay in one spot closer to the sun, and you guys can see On the bottom here is temperature, which means how much temperature is it. But the second word is the solar winds, which means how fast the parts are going. The next word, the orange line, is a density, whether it's light density or heavy density. And think of it as gravity. When it's heavy density, your hands should just drop. If it's light, and your hands should just like float around. I mean, we got high density all the time due to the gravity that we got right here on Earth. So this is just how dense it is. This is the direction of this. Now the red thing is the total magnetic field, while the red things is a morpho versus software component. Now the morpho component, think about it as a positive slope from the winds to the earth, going away from the earth, while the negative component means going towards the earth, so causing geodetic storms. So you can see we were under a very high stream coronal hole. This is the ninth rotation right there. When they peak around 800 kilometers, so you can see density drop and the wind speed picks up. And then this all kind of calmed down since, because a couple misses us just to the south. However, we have been getting just minor bumps to this due to the coronal high stream just reaching us briefly. Doesn't last long, but just reached us briefly. But over the next 7 days, once the naked coronal hole reached that geophysical position, this should be changing everything. So we want you guys to be ready for this and make sure that you guys are all set for this thing right there as it comes in. So with this coronal hole, and it also does connect to high magnitude earthquakes as well. So look at the earthquakes here. So this is the USGS map. That is basically the earthquake detector. Basically means a shaking on the earth. And looking at these earthquakes, this is by the big ninth rotation of a coronal hole, which does have a connection. Like for example, we just got a rare 5.3 magnitude earthquake in Australia, and a very rare 6.1. So once you reach 92.6, 92.7, that's where the shots start getting bad. 92.8 means a mega quake. That's bad. So that can kill people. Even at 92.6, 92.7 can kill people. So we have to watch this really closely. Nothing significant other than that 6.1 earthquake over the past 24 hours, but we have to watch this as this coronal hole starts to rotate in. More earthquakes should start popping up over here. So speaking of that, let's take a look at the S wavelengths here, just to get us an idea about this. This is like, that's A class flare, that's B class, that's C class, that's M class, and that's S class right up there. Now you can see this is VC and N class line, and we see a couple N class flare over the past 7 days here. This is all because of a Uranus Cassini, which did happen more than 7 days ago. That's what creates all the S-class flares. I reported on that in our last video. Now, once that's all gone, you can see it start getting coronal, and look at this. We see N-class flare over the past 3 days. So how about that? Sunspot numbers could get into 70 sunspots or 80 sunspots. That is a dramatic drop than what it looked like over the past few months. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys found this useful. I hope you guys are all ready for the earthquakes and some severe weather as well, and some geodetic storming nevertheless over the next 7 days here. So if you guys like a song of that, then please subscribe, like, comment, turn on full post notifications so you don't miss any new videos on the Highland Space Weather Club. And have a good day. Goodbye. Whoop.